Ever find yourself scrolling through all the AI news? Maybe feeling like you're just not getting the full picture, like the buzzwords are flying so fast you can't really tell what's actually happening underneath. Well, today, we're going to try and cut through some of that noise. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Our mission today is really to go beyond the hype. We want to peel back the layers, understand the actual infrastructure that's powering AI, and look at the genuinely game-changing stuff that's emerging right now. And what it all means for how we work, create, interact with tech.
Exactly. Yeah, the goal is really to give you a shortcut to being properly informed on this. It's such a crucial topic. We'll be pulling insights directly from someone who's right there actually building this AI future. We'll explore the foundations, dive into some cutting-edge applications, talk about the security challenges, which are huge, and even uncover some maybe surprising ways AI is reshaping things. We want you to walk away really understanding not just what AI is, but what it actually does, and importantly, where it's headed.
Right. And our source material for this deep dive is from a really fascinating discussion we looked at with a senior leader in AI product development. What makes their view so interesting, I think, is that this isn't just any company. It's an organization that's been, well, foundational to the internet's infrastructure for decades, like literally decades. They built the pipes and wires of the digital world we use every day. And now they're taking all that know-how, that expertise, and applying it to the AI era. So it's a real ground-up perspective on what's coming. So, okay, let's start right there at the ground level.
Yeah.
When you think about just our everyday digital stuff, streaming a movie, checking an app, loading a web page, what is that invisible foundation, the stuff that makes it all work, the core infrastructure we probably don't even think about?
Yeah, it's actually amazing when you break it down. This company, they build pretty much every piece of the internet's infrastructure. So imagine you're just watching a video on your tablet, right? Seems simple. But that action starts this whole complex journey. Your device hits a Wi-Fi access point in your house.
Yeah. Which connects to your router. That router then connects to your internet service provider's network, the backhaul, they call it. And from there, it travels across, the wider internet, these big autonomous systems, eventually hitting the huge data centers where that video is stored.
Wow.
And the key thing here is that this company, they build every single part of that chain, from the little Wi-Fi router you might have at home, all the way up to the massive components in the giant data centers used by, the hyperscalers, the big cloud guys or major companies. They are quite literally the plumbing of the digital world.
That really puts their role into perspective. So if they're building the actual plumbing for the internet we have now, how does that translate into building the new backbone for AI? What's different? What are the demands on this new AI backbone versus the old internet infrastructure? Is it just bigger, faster? Or is it something fundamentally new?
That's a really crucial question. I think the biggest shift is that basically every application is becoming AI-powered very quickly. And we're moving beyond just simple chat interfaces, right? We're moving towards what people are calling agentic applications.
Agentic applications.
Yeah, think of them like AI agents. They're not just answering one question. They're actively doing complex, multi-step tasks for you. Almost like, super capable digital assistants. And as that happens, the underlying infrastructure, the security, the observability, how you monitor it all, it has to be completely rethought, completely reimagined. It's not just about more data. It's a different kind of data flowing in much more complex patterns.
Okay.
And we're not talking about, 10 or 100 AI agents running around. We're looking at a future where there could be billions of them.
Billions, wow.
Yeah. And when you get to that kind of scale, you absolutely must have an infrastructure that's incredibly robust, intelligent, and adaptable to support it. It's a fundamental redesign, not just an upgrade.
Billions of agents. Yeah, that really paints a picture of the scale we're talking about. So with that level of demand, what's maybe the single biggest infrastructure challenge they're tackling? And then thinking about applications beyond just chat, what are you seeing that really reimagines how we interact with this stuff, the UI?
Well, on the infrastructure side, a huge one is ensuring that real-time, super low latency communication between all these agents and the models, and doing it securely, efficiently, often across, different distributed environments. That's a massive compute and networking problem.
Right.
And for your second point about the UI, the sources we looked at highlighted this really fascinating new AI tool. It's pushing the boundaries way beyond the conversational interfaces we mostly see today. It's called the AI Canvas.
The AI Canvas. Okay, that sounds interesting. Tell us more. What is that?
Well, look, chatbots and conversational interfaces, they're great for a lot of things, right? Super useful. But the reality is, for really complex stuff, multi-step operations, you need more than just a quick back and forth chat that disappears.
Makes sense.
So the AI canvas is designed more like a dynamic board, an interactive canvas, kind of like Miro or Figma, if you know those design tools.
Yeah.
But this is for AI and humans working together. It's built as a space where AI agents and people can really collaborate, like in real time. And the revolutionary part is what they call generative UI.
Generative UI.
Yeah, instead of having these fixed pre-built dashboards or interfaces you have to click through, the AI canvas just generates them automatically on the fly. And it's multimodal, too.
What does that mean, multimodal?
It means it can pull in text, images, graphs, whatever's needed for the task as the task evolves. So it's a shift away from these rigid interfaces towards these dynamically created collaborative spaces. You're co-creating with the AI, not just using a preset tool. It really changes how you tackle complex problems.
That sounds incredibly useful for complex problem solving. Can you walk us through maybe a real-world example? How would that actually work?
Absolutely. Let's say a big company is trying to troubleshoot a really tricky network problem, something that spans multiple systems, different departments. Normally, right, you've got engineers digging through tons of different dashboards, copying and pasting data, trying to manually connect the dots. It can feel like, old school detective work with sticky notes on a wall, just hoping you spot the pattern.
It's in there.
Right. So with the AI canvas, it's totally different. The system might start by pulling info from various places, internal tools, maybe even third-party systems like service tickets, network logs. Then a specialized AI model, they called it, a deep network model, kicks in. Think of it like an AI expert that's been trained not just on general stuff, but specifically on decades of this company's deep networking knowledge. It's highly specialized.
Oh, got it.
So this model analyzes the issue, and it knows exactly what other data it needs. And it automatically calls out to the right products or systems to grab that data seamlessly. So it makes correlating everything incredibly easy. You get this unified, totally new view that simplifies what used to be super fragmented and manual. It lets the human expert focus on the actual decision-making, not just chasing down data.
Wow. I can just picture seeing that live. The efficiency gain must be, well, pretty amazing. But of course, that kind of power immediately brings up the next big thing: AI, safety, and security. It's just a fact, right? As AI gets easier to use and more powerful, it also gets easier for bad actors to misuse it. Feels like a constant cat and mouse game.
You're absolutely right. And it's a huge question, a really significant problem. And it's something this company, given their background in cybersecurity, has been focused on for a long time. Because look, companies are hesitant, right? They're not going to fully embrace AI if these security issues aren't properly sorted out. So to tackle this, they've actually developed a specific product called AI Defense. What AI Defense does is, first, it helps companies just see where AI is even being used in their organization, just getting visibility. But then, critically, it helps validate the AI models themselves for vulnerabilities.
Like what kind of vulnerabilities?
Well, things like prompt injection attacks. That's where someone hides malicious instructions in a prompt to hijack the AI. Or context window overloads, trying to crash it with too much information. Or even meta-prompt extraction, tricking the AI into revealing its own core programming.
Wow, okay.
These are, sophisticated ways attackers try to force models to do weird, unintended things, especially once they're deployed live. And beyond validating the model, AI Defense also puts in place runtime guardrails.
Guardrails?
Yeah, to make sure that when actual users are interacting with the AI apps, that usage stays safe and secure with inbounds. And it's important, I think, to distinguish between AI safety and AI security.
What's the difference there?
AI safety is more about making sure the AI model itself is fair, it's unbiased, it doesn't generate harmful stuff, the model behaving properly. AI security is about protecting that whole AI system from outside malicious attacks, just like you'd protect any other critical software.
Got it. Safety is internal behavior, security is external threats.
Exactly. And the core insight here is that AI isn't just creating new versions of old threats, it's creating a whole new attack surface. Traditional security tools often just aren't equipped for it. You need purpose-built AI defense that understands AI's unique weak spots. We're seeing this new wave of AI-specific attacks, kind of like the early days of the internet with things like denial of service attacks, maybe. But now it's in a totally new dimension. So you need this unified security approach to really handle it.
That unified approach definitely sounds crucial for such a fast-moving target.
Now let's switch gears a bit to something I found really surprising in the source material. AI getting into creative tasks. I think a lot of us probably expected AI to nail data entry or complex calculations first, right? But like art, video, that feels unexpected.
It really was a surprise for many people, I think, myself included, seeing AI jump so quickly and effectively from just automating boring stuff into the realm of creativity. I mean, you have advanced models now that can whip up high-quality video, even with audio, just from a simple storyboard.
Seriously.
Yeah, a process that, historically took months of work, lots of people involved. We saw AI art and images take off and grab everyone's attention almost before AI got really good at filling out spreadsheets reliably.
Right.
It's kind of backward from what you might have predicted, right? It's pretty remarkable.
It really is. Which, naturally, leads to the big question everybody asks. Should people be worried? Is AI coming for our jobs? It's a narrative you hear constantly, and frankly, there's a lot of anxiety around it. Yeah, it's understandable. But my firm belief, and what we consistently see in these discussions, is that it's probably not that people will lose their jobs to AI exactly. It's more that people who are using AI are going to be farther ahead than people who don't.
Okay, so it's about using the tool.
Precisely. Think back to when computers first showed up. Laptops, spreadsheets, word processors. There was huge fear then too, right, about job displacement. But what actually happened? Learning to use those tools became totally essential. For productivity, for career growth, you had to adapt.
True.
It's the same thing with AI now. The best path forward is really getting comfortable using AI, understanding how it can seriously boost your productivity, your creativity, your problem-solving skills. I honestly think, maybe not too far down the road, manually writing tons of repetitive code or doing hours of monotonous data analysis, it's going to seem as old-fashioned as doing complex long division by hand.
Huh. Like using a calculator.
Exactly. We are just at the very, very beginning of this steep exponential curve with AI innovation. And the smartest move is to embrace it. See it as a powerful co-pilot, not a replacement.
That's a really powerful and maybe more optimistic way to look at it for people navigating this change. So given all this incredible stuff we've talked about, what gets you most excited about what AI can do right now, today,
Yeah.
and then what's just over the horizon? What's coming soon that's really exciting?
Okay, so for right now, what's really exciting today are these deep research models. These are AI models that can, like, in minutes, browse dozens of websites, pull together huge amounts of diverse information, synthesize it, and then give you these incredibly well thought out summaries or even initial points of view on a topic.
Wow.
As someone who, did a PhD, doing a proper literature review, pulling all that info together, reading it, summarizing it, forming an opinion, that used to take months of hard work.
Right.
Now, an AI can give you a massive head start in minutes. That's just astonishing. It's a foundational glimpse, I think, into the power of these sophisticated AI agents. It's kind of
Right.
democratizing high-level research. And then, looking just a bit ahead, near-term future. I am incredibly excited personally about the progress in embodied AI. Or you could call it physical AI.
Embodied AI meaning robots.
Yeah, basically robots, but robots that understand the physical world in ways we just haven't seen before. They're using something called world models. These are like the AI's internal understanding of how the physical world actually works. Physics, object properties, cause and effect.
Okay.
And they use these models to grasp really complex connections between what they see, images, depth, and the actual meaning of objects and actions. So, for example, there was a demo of a robot that could tune a guitar.
Get out.
Yeah, by plucking the strings, listening to the sound, and then precisely adjusting the tuning pegs until it got it right. That level of real-world understanding, combined with fine motor control, it's just phenomenal. And I think we're going to see some truly game-changing stuff in that space very, very soon. The line between digital and physical is getting really blurry.
Wow. This has been just an amazing deep dive. We've really covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From how that fundamental internet infrastructure is being totally re-engineered for AI, to the power of new interfaces like the AI canvas, making interaction generative, the absolutely critical need for AI security in this new threat landscape, AI's kind of surprising jump into creative work, and then its role, really, in boosting human productivity.
Absolutely. And as you listen and kind of reflect on all this, maybe think about how understanding these underlying systems, the infrastructure, the security measures, how did that change how you see AI's potential? And maybe its risks, too. Does this deep dive spark any new possibilities or maybe new questions for you, perhaps in your own work or your own interests?
Yeah, we would genuinely love to hear your thoughts and insights on this deep dive. You can connect with us on our social channels or maybe leave a review on your podcast platform. Let us know what you think.
And if you found this valuable, please do share it with others who might get something out of these insights too. You could also, hit that like button if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel, maybe click the notification bell so you don't miss future deep dives. And yeah, sharing the video really helps others find it too. We hope to catch you on the next one.